Introducing KFC's original recipe tenders. Half the secret black of 11 herbs and spices, which perfectly mixes our coconut sauce.
Just be happy with what is on the horizon. Be happy with the fact that we are about to have a football team like we have never had in this city before. Be happy that we are going to have a football team that for the next 5, 10, maybe 15, hell, maybe even 20 years is going to be talked about as a consistent contender because we have the right people in the front office, we have the right people running the show, and they're going to do things the right way this time. And we've never had that here in Chicago.
The Beears stepchildren. We don't believe the next guy isn't going to kick the shit out of us like the last guy did.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everybody's right fits gibberishes today, and they're all better than mine.
And welcome to McNally's for Combs and Fitz, a Windy City Sports Talk. It is week 8. Bears versus the Commanders. We got people slowly trickling in.
This is the game.
Slowly trickling in. This is the game, man. This is the game. We've got a great show lined up for you guys. We've got a new sponsor to unload.
New sponsor.
We got another new sponsor, Dean Fit. You can see us both
got
wearing
the better
shirts.
shirt.
Well, yeah, because I'm the better host.
Yeah, right.
So anyway,
Degenerate.
We've got a new sponsor, Dean Fit. Dean Fit is a great clothing line. We will talk more about them a little bit later on as well. Make sure you check out their website, Dean Fit, and use promo code WCST for 20% off of your order. And again, we're going to have a lot more on Dean Fit later in the show. We've got a lot of stuff lined up for you, though. We're going to talk Bears, Commanders. We're going to talk some college football. Notre Dame.
Yes, I've done a lot of research. I am ready to go today. I feel like I'm ready to go today. I feel like I'm going.
You watched the fourth quarter of yesterday's game, and you said you did research.
That's my truth.
Jeez.
I looked at the standings. Notre Dame is ranked number 12.
Oh my God, this guy.
Illinois is ranked 21, I think. 21st.
Yes.
Oregon number 1.
Something like that.
Miami, Florida ranked 6th or 8th. No.
We're also,
here we go.
We're also going to do our Wheel of Death. We are also going to, have a lot of fun, have a lot of laughs. We've got some people trickling in. We've got more people that are coming, that are on their way. So it's going to be a good time here at McNally's. We've got a 50-50 raffle today for anybody who wants to get in the 50-50 raffle and a shot at some free sports memorabilia. Feel free to see the bartender, Kristen, who is going to do a lovely job with getting out some of those tickets. And, hey, make sure you tip her well because she does a great job back there. So
she does.
We have a great show lined up, man. Let's get right to it. Let's start with college. Let's start with the junior circuit.
Yeah, no, let's start with college.
Let's start with the junior circuit.
That's
so
fine by me. Jeremiah says I'm there in spirit, haunting us.
That's the only way you're ever here.
Yeah,
in spirit. It's Notre Dame looked really good, and they've looked good since that loss to NIU. And that loss to NIU was a big loss, but they've looked really good, and I'm impressed. I actually like the job that they've done there with the talent that they've built, with a lot of the talent that they're bringing forth. Like, I like what's going on at Notre Dame. A lot of big programs lose to smaller schools. We got my guy Rich Arroyo, who just walked in with his Michigan gear. I asked him about it. It's not basketball season, and they lost to Illinois a couple weeks ago.
I know they did.
So, I mean, a lot of big programs lose to a lot of smaller schools, right? So that Notre Dame loss to NIU, they're going to be. I think Notre Dame, the way that they've looked, that defense is ridiculously good.
It's pretty good, and Riley Leonard's getting better.
Yeah.
He can do. I guess he can throw the ball now. I mean, all he's been doing is running. I mean, that's basically been his biggest weapon. But now he's starting to throw it a little bit more. I think he's getting more confidence. They played really well yesterday against a pretty good Navy team.
Yeah. I actually on Friday on BetMGM tonight, I picked Notre Dame, and the other two hosts picked Navy, and they called me un-American because I went against my brethren in the Marine Corps and Navy. But Notre Dame just looks too good, man. They just look too good, and they don't have enough Marines on the team. That's the problem. They don't have enough Marines on the team. They need more Marines.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming together. It's too bad with the loss to NIU, but I mean, they do that a lot. I mean, what was it? Who was it last year? Was it Louisville last year, or was it the year before, where they're losing to unranked teams that aren't that good, that don't have the types of pedigree players that they have year after year? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people like Marcus Freeman, but I don't know if he's the guy to take you to the promised land or push you over the edge. He definitely knows how to build a defense. That's definitely for sure. But this offense was not ready to play, and it sounds a little familiar being a Bears fan.
That's the one thing about Marcus Freeman, right? Is that every year they've had that one loss. I mean, his first year, I was at the game with your brother, actually, when they lost to Marshall. You know, last year they had a bad loss again. I forget.
Oh, yeah, Marshall. I thought it was Louisville last year.
Louisville last year. Yeah, Louisville
usually has an okay team, but still, they weren't ranked.
And then this year it's NIU. Now, this year it's a bigger format, right? 12-team playoff. Notre Dame, if they run the table, they still got USC, which they look really good.
And I already said they're ranked 12.
And they're ranked 12.
I said because I did the data, the analysis, I crunched the numbers.
You watched the fourth quarter yesterday. You did not crunch any numbers.
I watched some of the game yesterday.
I even questioned whether or not you watched the fourth quarter.
I watched some of the game yesterday. I did really want to watch the Illinois game. I thought they might have a slight chance to keep it close, but that didn't.
What's Notre Dame's running back's name?
Jerome Bettis.
Son of a bitch. Jeremiah Love.
Right. Well,
Jeremiah Love, I told people at the beginning of the season, Jeremiah Love is, if not this year, at least at the very least next year, is going to be a candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Jeremiah Love is a dude. Kid is out of St. Louis. His high school tape was ridiculous. And he's a sophomore only at Notre Dame. He's going to have a good year this year. He's probably not going to compete for the Heisman just because Notre Dame's ranked so low, and it's typically a quarterback award. But I believe next year, this kid's going to rush for probably 1,500 to 2,000 yards next year with Notre Dame, and he's going to be a dude. But Notre Dame looks good. I think they're going to get into the playoff. I really do.
We'll see. I don't know.
That's your analysis. We'll see.
Every time you think that they're gonna play well or make it somewhere, they end up losing to some nobody team. I mean, who's coming up next? I mean, is Western Kentucky coming up? Oh, Jules, sorry, honey. Yeah, and they might lose to the Jaguars today. Jeremiah does. Jeremiah says Packers about to be losing to the Jaguars, but he forgot that Trevor Lawrence sucks.
Yeah.
So
I wish they would give the ball to Tank
games too, as well,
because I do have some money on Tank Bixby to get in the end zone today because I'm a degenerate gambler, and so that's just kind of how it goes.
Wow.
I need Tank Bixby to get in the end zone, and you can run on Green Bay. That's one of their biggest defensive flaws. Their defense is playing really well. The entire NFC North is playing really well. It's insane.
I mean, first the first division ever.
Yeah.
To have a winning through 6 games, to have every team be a winning team.
Which
is crazy because usually the NFC North is horse crap.
And every team had at least 4 wins.
Yeah.
For 6 games.
I mean, it's good. And you're not seeing a lot of these teams until later in the season for the Bears. Are we talking Bears now? Do you want to keep going college football? Because I don't know what's happening here. We're
the NFC,
bobbing, we're weaving. It's like talking to Donald Trump.
That's a lot.
You kind of look like him a little bit.
We're going to bring politics into this.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
I'm bringing politics in it. The guy didn't get into politics until he was almost 70.
300 million people in this country, and these are the 2 assholes we get to choose to be president.
Yeah, I know. How about it?
Unbelievable.
Somebody who didn't even run for office.
I'm running. You know what?
And a guy who paints himself
Combs
orange.
and Fitz 2028.
Come on.
Combs and Fitz 2028.
Yeah,
here we
go.
We can run this country.
Yeah.
But we can still run this country.
I don't know.
Anyway.
You're an ex-Marine. I've done stuff.
There's no such thing as an ex-Marine.
Oh,
Once a
yes,
Marine,
you're a
always a
Marine.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
How long have we been friends? We're friends.
We're friends. Couple
So,
weeks.
The
Few
NFC
weeks.
North, let's get back on track a little bit. The NFC North, I think the Vikings are starting to. I think the Vikings woke up and realized that Sam Darnold was their quarterback. That's what I think happened because they've lost 2 in a row now. I think they've been exposed.
Lost to the Rams.
I think they were exposed by the Lions, and I think the Rams took that game plan and ran it down their throat too. I think the Vikings are going to come back to earth.
And there was an absolute obvious face mask
Yeah.
to Sam Darnold at the end of that game. His head whipped back.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he was being possessed by a demon, he got face masked. Like his face just turns completely back. You don't throw the flag in that situation in the end zone. It's an obvious 15-yard penalty too. Well, they used to have the 5 and the 15, but now everything's a 15-yard penalty. But it's an obvious 15-yard penalty. It's an obvious flag, and maybe they go down and tie the game. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I thought Sam Darnold was still okay in that game. He had a couple of touchdowns over 200 yards. I don't think J.J. McCarthy's a top 5 quarterback. And where do you put Sam Darnold right now?
Well, I mean, if they make,
is
if
Sam
they make
Darnold
that
a
pick
top
for-
10 quarterback?
There's a rumor out there they're going after Stafford, and if they get Stafford, that changes the perplexion of what Minnesota can be for the rest of the season, right? Because that's a major upgrade to go from Sam Darnold to Matt Stafford, and all of a sudden Minnesota with a team that's already at 5-2, even though they've lost 2 in a row, now all of a sudden becomes a threat to maybe even win the entire NFC. I mean, Matt Stafford then would go to a coaching staff who a lot of people forget the coaching staff over in Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell was the offensive coordinator in 2021 when they won the Super Bowl in Los Angeles with Matt Stafford. The offensive coordinator in Minnesota was a quarterback's coach in Los Angeles.
Yeah, right.
So Matt Stafford is going back to an offense.
And I'm not just saying, right. I
That
actually
he
know
won-
that.
that he won a Super Bowl with. So I think it would be a smart trade for the. I don't know if that's a smart trade for the Rams. I mean, he's still under contract for another 3 years. I don't know if Matt Stafford can play another 3 years.
The Rams right now are 3-4, and they're in the thick of things. That's a terrible division. I mean, it is not good.
Well, if they trade Stafford, they unload, right?
Well,
Like,
yeah, they're
because they
totally
trade Kupp,
unloading.
they trade-
Yeah. I don't see them doing that. I see them going for it. They're 3-4. That's a terrible division. It's a winnable division. What do you got? The Seahawks leading that division? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think everybody in that division is.
I'm not
under
afraid of
500.
anybody there, and you got the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah,
for sure, above anything. And Jeremiah checks in about Sam Darnold. He says he can't be possessed by a demon. He's a ginger.
Yeah.
He has no soul.
My wife also chimed in because she thought you got the answer right when you said Jerome Bettis right away. Jerome Bettis hasn't been the running back since 1994.
Was it
at
94?
Notre Dame,
No, it's
so-
got to be earlier. Was it
No, it's
94?
Yeah,
Yeah, man, he was so good. He was so good in
he
college.
was ridiculously
I
good.
mean, maybe I just wanted to talk about
yeah.
Jerome Bettis.
So,
Is
so
that
she
okay?
thought you got the answer right when you clearly got the answer wrong by about 30 years.
By the way, are we telling people that if they want to ask a question here, they get a free shirt? Are we doing that?
If that's how you want to run it,
mean,
that's how you
all
want.
the
I mean, we should
pre-show
probably talk
meetings-
about this before the show.
Yeah, we should probably have a
We
pre-show
should probably
meeting.
have a pre-show
We
meeting.
should probably start having
get a
that.
production staff on it. That type of
Yes.
stuff.
Our thick production staff.
But yes, if anybody has a question for us, if you ask your question on the mic, we have a couple of T-shirts that you can choose from our new sponsor. So if anybody has a question, feel free to come on up and you can ask your question. And we'll probably make fun of you. We'll probably answer it incorrectly, and then we'll make fun of each other because that's kind of what we do.
Yes. You can ask a question.
Oh God,
Megan TV
Megan
wants
TV's
to
here
answer a
live.
question. She should
yeah.
be walking around with a TV cutout.
Yeah. No.
But she didn't really.
She
got here right when the show started.
Yeah.
She was
was
from
late.
12:30 to 1.
Yeah,
She got here
yeah.
at 1:30.
Yeah.
Which is
you know
actually that's early for someone who's half Irish.
You know what I did notice though when she walked in is that we still have not seen her dead ass husband.
No, we haven't.
So,
no, I
you know,
don't think we will.
If he would
Doubting
ever, if he
Thomas?
would ever show his face,
No.
Doubting Thomas, instead of just changing his moniker every damn week on YouTube, but he never wants to come in
It's
person.
weird.
I don't understand it.
I think he's afraid.
I think he's in the bathtub with
I think
Jeremiah
he's
Murray
afraid.
since his wife is out of town.
Yes,
That's what I think.
probably.
That's where I think he's at.
Yes.
He's
sleeping.
Don't worry, Doubting Thomas.
He's alone.
I'll take care
He's
of it.
alone
today.
in
Don't
Grand
worry about
Rapids
it. You're
now.
fine.
He's alone in Grand Rapids. He's got the whole town to himself. Oh, Muskegon. Sorry.
See?
Is that a question?
But
that wasn't a question. You don't get a
he's
shirt.
still not
I'm
here,
sorry. You can't play anymore. Oh, here we go.
God. Oh God. We've got a question. What's your name? Where are you from? Okay.
I can't.
You got to turn the microphone on.
You
Can
should
Brooke-
turn the microphone on before she comes up here.
Hello.
There you go.
There we go.
Megan TV. I want to know when I'm going to see Combs in a Speedo. That's
Yeah,
what
all right. I'll see you guys there.
First one.
Yeah.
Wheel of Death
We-
is bullshit.
We had
Oh,
this,
here
we had
we
this,
go.
we had this argument this morning.
Wow.
We had this argument this
Yes.
morning. That
I won.
wasn't-
You mean I won this argument this
Okay.
morning?
All right.
All right.
So I'd
There
like
we
to
go.
point out that there are still about 7 challenges from last year that Ryan has
That is
completed. I still have a
bullshit.
day of drinking.
ate.
I still have a day of drinking on Fitz.
I ate.
which
I
he-
got you
He
lunch
needs to
a
take out a
couple
loan
weeks
for,
ago.
by the way.
I got you lunch a couple weeks ago.
That's
I
not
ate
a,
hot
it's
wings.
lunch.
I ate hot wings for Christ's sake.
Quick poll. Raise
I
your
did
hand
a
if you think a day of
Fitzgibberish.
drinking is lunch.
It's
Oh,
lunch and a
look,
beer.
no
You got a
hands.
drink too.
No hands.
That
You
was a
son of a
that was a
bitch.
lovely sandwich in the
Anyway,
time we had together.
I will be in the Speedo once he decides which lawn I'm cutting. That has been the problem. So
Lies!
No.
You're a liar.
It's
You
it's
can
either,
do your.
it's
You
either
can do
my
anybody's
lawn or
lawn.
his lawn.
You can do John's lawn.
Nope.
There isn't very
John's
good.
punishment was you have to cut the other guy's lawn. So it's either my lawn or your lawn. My lawn sucks because I'm on 107th and Kedzie, right by the damn red light. So if anybody stops at the red light, they're going to see my fat ass in a Speedo. I guess it depends on your perspective of better.
I think
Depends
you're
on how
losing.
long my ass should be in a Speedo. That's really the question here. We will get that done, and we will also wax your chest the same.
Oh, we have a question from Downey Thomas, who just woke up and
Well, you
put on his smoking jacket.
you mean Jeremiah finally allowed him to come up from the tub?
yeah. Jeremiah, let him out of the tub. I have a question. Can you get me the phone number? Elf that just asked that question. No,
No,
I cannot.
no.
You disgusting troll.
You leave my side piece alone.
I cannot. Wow. Show's over.
Oh, I forgot it was your
Great
sister.
show.
I forgot she's your sister.
Great show. I'm glad we did this. Great show. I'm glad we did this for 2 years.
The best part is my wife is commenting right now, and I just said I had a side piece. So that should go over well.
Wow.
We clicked it at the same time.
Great sports analysis. I'm glad we
All
did
right.
this show for 2 years. No Chicago team has even made it to the playoffs
That's true.
in
That's
2
true.
years
We're about to get there, though, right?
with the Bears.
With the Bears.
I had the Bears winning 11 games. I'm going to stick to
did.
the 11 games. I don't care how Julianne is looking at me right now. I'm going to stick to them winning 11 games. How dare you, Julianne? I don't care. But I do think they can win 11. I mean, right now at 4-2, 7-5, they can't do that. I mean, they got the Cardinals and the Patriots after this game. I think everything hinges on this game because after that, then you got the Niners and the Lions twice and the
Yeah.
Vikings twice and the big Packers.
The meat of the schedule.
The Packers,
Yeah.
who are almost losing to the Jaguars right now, Trace, and Trevor
look-
Lawrence.
I agree with Matt Spiegel. Bears are sweeping the Packers this year.
Bears are sweeping the Packers here. What this year? What?
Yes.
You heard it here first,
Hasn't happened
everyone.
Since 2007.
It hasn't happened since.
And that year, the last time the Bears swept the Packers, they won.
It
they
hasn't
won
happened
both
since
games-
I was in my 20s.
They won both
Here
games.
we go.
They won both games against the Packers. The Packers only lost 3 games that year, and the Bears were 2 of them. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm going to need a better offensive line. I'm going to need Nate
Have you
Davis.
seen what they're doing against a
I'm
Jaguars
going to need another
defense?
one.
What do you think they're going to do
I'm
against
going
the
to need
Bears?
another one of Nate Davis's moms to die, so he never plays football ever
Oh
again.
Oh my God!
I'm going to. I'm going to need
Did
a
you
better
just kill
offensive
his mom again?
again. Well, she's
Wow.
already dead, so I
Damn.
mean,
We
I'm going to need a better offensive line to have that kind of confidence in this team because
yeah.
I mean that's been the strength of that Packers defense is their defensive line.
Yep.
They've had some injuries this year, but they're still pretty good on that defensive line, and they absolutely dominated the Bears last year. So I'm gonna have to see. Well, at least by then, the Bears are at least starting to play competently now. Last year, the Bears didn't really play well in that first game.
Yeah.
The second game didn't go exactly well either, but in that first game, they were just trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they were again this year.
It was. Yeah, they did come out of the
In the
gate
first
slow
4
again.
games.
I mean, that first game against Tennessee, they were lucky to get away with, right? I mean, that first win.
Yeah.
It was Will Levis. Good thing Will Levis sucks.
Yeah, he's lacking a chromosome.
He
Or
lost
maybe
his
he has
job to
one too
Mason
many.
Rudolph.
Well, he can't.
What did I get him wrong?
Yeah. Very
I
high
got that
on
one
Will
very wrong.
Levis.
Yeah.
Sitting there and waiting till the second round to be drafted. Maybe that's why with his ugly girlfriend.
Oh God, man, what is wrong with you today?
I don't
You're
know.
killing moms, calling girlfriends ugly.
I
Like,
didn't
what
get
is?
a lot of sleep last night.
You need a W
I had
energy
the-
drink.
Yeah, I do need a W energy drink. By the way,
By the way, new show sponsor, W Energy Drink. You go on their website, w.gg, use promo code WCST, get 10% off of your purchase at W. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised with them. I ordered some of their free samples.
yeah,
And I tried. I wasn't expecting much, and then after I mixed it, I even looked at it and I was like, "This is going to be terrible." And then I tried it, and this is a great sponsorship, by the way. Tell them to.
yeah.
But
You thought it was going to be bad.
It was absolutely delicious. It was some of the best energy drink I've ever had, and it's a powder that you pour into water. It was actually really, really good. So
I wouldn't
I'm gonna
know
get some more.
because I didn't get any free samples. You gave them to everybody you knew but me.
First of all, dickhead, I didn't get any free samples either. I paid for the 3 samples that I had, and I used them. We haven't gotten any free
3
samples
or
from them yet.
4 or 5.
But I'm gonna buy a
Who's
bunch of
counting?
sample packs, and I'll throw some at you. You son of a God! You're always whining about what is wrong with you today.
Jeremiah says, meanwhile, the Lions are face fucking the Titans. But everybody knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, they were definitely my big play today was the Lions. A lot of money on the Lions today.
Oh, wow, dude.
Just kidding.
I
don't have a lot of
believe
money,
that for
let alone a lot of
second.
money
You just
on them.
I could see
By a
in
lot
your
of money, I
eyes
mean $3.
when you realized your wife was listening to the podcast. I could see your eyes
That
light
has
up
nothing to do with it.
when you
First of all,
remembered that your
when I
wife
say a
was
lot of money, I
listening
mean
to
like
the
$3.
podcast.
I can win a lot of money though. So I put together degenerate parlays. It's just what I do.
What's your parlay today? Do we get to know?
I can tell you. Do you want to know what it is?
I want to know your parlay
I
today.
have to bring it up.
If
just
that's
to remember.
okay.
I've
If
got
your
a
marriage is still going to be intact,
I've got a
afterwards.
couple of parlays today. I'm telling you right, if this is what destroys the marriage, then we would have been destroyed a long time. Let me bring it up here. If the side piece thing didn't
Yeah, it didn't destroy the
this
marriage.
$3
This will put it
bet
over
is
the
not
edge.
going to destroy the
Well, this could put it over the edge, though.
that's a fair statement.
This could be the straw that
breaks the camel's back.
break the camel's back.
Yeah. Did you just call my wife a camel?
I did not. I'm sorry, Michelle. You have to go through this.
you
Let's
you're
hear
the one
about the
that said it.
parlay.
All right, so
All
I've
right.
got 2 of them. I got a touchdown parlay with Tank Bigsby, Trey McBride, and Devontae Adams. And then I've got a 14 parlay, Packers money line, Ravens money line, Cardinals plus 4.5, and the under 41 of Saints and Chargers.
Cardinals and the Packers. I don't know if that Packers is going to come.
Well,
through.
Cardinals plus 4.5, and they're down 20-10 right now in the third quarter. Yeah,
Could be tough. Can't wait to play the Cardinals. That'll be a week off. That'll be a week I can take the show off.
Johnny Thomas says Combs is failing his presidential background check.
He's Chucky. That's his new moniker. He's Chucky.
Didn't Chucky have a scene where he came out of a bathtub?
I mean, there might have been a bathtub
Yeah.
scene in the Chucky
Probably,
movie. I don't
that's-
remember the Child's
yeah.
Play movies that well.
Oh, that's probably how
Years of
Jeremiah
drinking
got him
erased
in the
it from my
tub. He
brain.
threw a little doll inside of it. Got him in the tub. But so look, the Bears going into this week, Jayden Daniels is actually going to play. Adam Schefter tweeted out last night that all signs point to Jayden Daniels playing today. I like that. Because I didn't think it mattered who was under center. I still was going to pick the Bears in this game because the defense is what, to me, is what is allowing the offense to be better. Short field, not allowing teams to sustain drives, getting the offense in rhythm, keeping the offense in rhythm.
Getting
and I
off
think
the
that
field on third down, turnovers. Yeah.
I think a big thing is Jaquan Brisker being out. With the run game and being able to tackle and all that stuff. Missing Jaquan Brisker is going to be huge. But getting Tyreek Stevenson back is equally as huge,
And
right?
and it's worrying with Jaquan Brisker. It was a concussion that had him out, and to be out, he was out the week before the bye week.
Yeah.
So you thought, okay, going into the bye, he's got to be back for the Commanders. And he's still out, which is kind of troubling to me that he would still be out. And he didn't practice the other day. I don't know if he's completely out. I thought he might have had a chance to play, but I guess he doesn't have a chance to play. That scares me. Exactly right. Yeah, being the strong safety, he's really good against the run. He's another guy in the box, and the Commanders are the far second best running team in the league because you got the Ravens who are just running all over everybody. But I mean, they're one of the best offenses in the league. They have some of the most chunk plays. When they got Cliff Kingsbury, they thought they were going to do a lot of this horizontal offense, but they're doing a lot of verticals.
Yeah.
I mean, when Jayden Daniels got hurt, granted it wasn't a passing play, but it was almost a 50-yard run play when he
They're
hurt
running
his
the
rib.
ball really well.
Yeah, I mean,
really well.
Yeah, and what is it? Brian Williams, I think is the running back there.
Brian Robinson Jr.
Robinson Jr.
Yeah.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah, close. I mean,
I'll remember that for Fitz gibberish.
Probably not. So Brian Robinson Jr. Yeah, no, they're doing a great job all the way around. Whether it's Brian Robinson Jr., whether it's Austin Eckler, they're using Austin Eckler a lot in the short passing game.
Yeah.
But Jayden Daniels with his arm, he hasn't had to throw the ball a lot. And I think that the Bears defense can do a great job of containing the run. And what they're going to do is force Jayden Daniels to beat them with their arm.
Yep.
And I don't think that either one of the quarterbacks, or whether it's Jayden Daniels or whether it's, I can't even remember who the hell their backup is at this point.
Marcus Mariota.
Whoever is going to play for the Commanders, I don't think it mattered because I think that the Bears defense is that good. I think the Bears defense is a top 3 defense in football right now.
It's certainly going to be a good test since the Texans, they haven't had a test like this as an offensive unit. And they did really well against the Texans. I mean, that was a game they almost won, and their offense was atrocious. They could not block anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you get ahead early in this game and you can put the screws on the running game and then you have to have Jayden Daniels beat you, I don't see how he doesn't try to throw something into a tight window and you don't get an interception by a back from injury Tyreek Stevenson, your boy.
Yeah.
Or a
that is my boy. He's
or maybe in a Jalen Johnson. Yeah. I mean, it's just if they get behind is going to be my problem because then the Bears offense is one-dimensional. And this offense, I mean, they've started to click a little bit, but I wouldn't say they're great after they beat the Jaguars and the Panthers. I mean, you got to beat those teams. We talked about it last week. I understand we have to beat those teams, but I need to see a better.
They beat the Rams, who just beat the Vikings.
Yeah, they beat the Rams, but we can keep talking like that. I mean, it's the NFL. Any team could beat any team on any day.
You can only beat who's on your schedule.
And the Rams won because the refs couldn't call an obvious face mask penalty, but
that's fair. I memean, but you only play who's on your schedule. I mean, you can't. You could look at a team and be like, hey, this team is whatever 4-2, 5-2, 6-0, 7-0. And look at who they're playing. But look, you have to beat the teams that are on your schedule, no matter who they are. They are still professional football players. Now, you can question that a little bit with Carolina, but they're still professional football players. And you have to win those games and put yourself in a position to win the other games to add on to your schedule. So I still think that the Bears are a 10-win football team, 10, maybe 11, maybe even 12 at this point. Like, which originally that's what I had said, right? A 10 to 12 win football team.
Yeah, you had them at 10 wins. I had them at 11 wins. I mean, like I said, 7-5. I think that's more than doable here, but this is the game that'll hinge. So they go 4-3 here, and yeah, it looks like they're going to win their next 2 games against the Cardinals and Patriots, but then it's just, I mean, it's a gauntlet of teams. It'll be really hard for them to go, 5-3 from there.
You play Green after the
That's
Arizona
the
New
wrong
England game. You got Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, San Francisco, who's getting CMC back supposedly by week 11. I still don't believe it, but supposedly by week 11, CMC will be back. Minnesota again, Detroit again, then Seattle, and you close out the season against that team from the north. So I don't know where the Bears are, but to me, the Bears 12 wins is attainable with this schedule.
Yeah, I mean, now you're doing the baseball math here. Or they could win this game, they could win this game. Doubting Thomas says Bears need to test his ribs.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Bears need to test his ribs. Doubting Thomas says Daniels is officially active. Yeah, but I mean, John Fitzgibbon says stop.
Stop what?
Stop doing that. Well,
Stop doing
tell
the
him
show.
we're doing
Every
the show.
time we do the
Tell
show,
him
he
we're
tells
doing
me
the
that
show. We
he's
can all
like,
stop.
make sure you keep
Is
doing the
everybody
show.
supposed to stop?
He's like, I know you're working a lot, but just please keep doing the show. I like what you guys do. Now he's like, stop the show.
Maybe he wants me to do Fitzgerald.
Maybe he wants us to wait for him to actually show up to another fucking show.
I know. Oh my God, I'm playing music.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I didn't know music
What
was
is
playing.
going on? Why do you touch stuff?
I shouldn't be touching.
You're like
anything.
you're a
I
child.
really should.
Why do you touch stuff you don't know what you're doing?
Now I can do it.
Unbelievable. Look, do you see this button right here? You have to turn that off.
I got it.
That way it doesn't just keep playing. All right. Do you want to do Fitz Gibberish?
Yes.
Playing music on me. Let's do Fitz Gibberish.
I'm chomping at the bit over here.
We have one person clap for Fitz Gibberish. So there's one person.
Yes, Fitz Gibberish. It's a diatribe. Here's the period of time when it fellows unapologetic and sometimes inaccurate sports talk. I got Brian Williams. I was talking about a news anchor instead of an actual football running back. So I got that wrong. I think you got a couple of things wrong too, other than I didn't do 7.
Yeah, I picked to do a show with you.
Yeah, I didn't do 7 of the Wheel of Death last year. I did a lot of them. You
did
okay,
you did like
whatever.
2 of them. And I only lost like 2 of them.
All right. I got the floor. Unfortunately for Bears coach Matt Eberflus, growing a beard only works if you're starting a cocaine empire in Colombia, spreading communism through Latin America, or you're a gay candle maker from Portland.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a Bears coach, you're going to need a lot more than that. Did you hear that, Jeremiah? Contrary to popular belief and some of the stuff commented on this podcast, which is probably not aired in Portland anymore.
We had a freaking viewer in Hong Kong last week.
Really?
Yeah, you tell me. I don't know. That's what the analytics said when I looked it up.
Wow. This organization has had 11 coaches in the last 50 years. Bears head coaching pressure has wreaked havoc on the men who sat in those roles. Dick had a heart attack, and when he got
havoc,
whatever. Dick had a heart attack, and when he got fired, the pressure had him waving out of hotel windows like he was visiting Michael Jackson in Paris.
Oh God.
Yes, need I remind the Bear faithful that never has the wind blown so cold than through the face of a beardless Eberflus last December. Only 10 months ago, back then, 2 coaches were fired for no doubt sweaty pecker stuff. You know what sweaty pecker stuff is. The team had just lost 3 games with double-digit leads in the 4th quarter, and they ruined another QB. Yes, I hate to be negative and mostly a positive year, but I still see the same old Bearsified errors. A team that was not ready to play until week 4, which we've already said, a coaching staff that is well short of communication, and challenges. Yes, challenges. How can we get challenging referees calls this wrong? My grandfather wouldn't throw a challenge flag on some of these plays, and he's been mostly dead for 20 years. I mean, but dead people in Chicago have decided presidents, so I mean, it's not that bad. All I could say is that you'd think I'd learn being a long-suffering Bears fan. But if Eberflus was a little bit more decisive, I'd be okay with him. You know, Ozzie Guillen was decisive when he went with Bosby Jenks as a closer in 05. Sure, he might have said some nice things about Fidel Castro while in Florida. That didn't do okay for his career. Mike Ditka was decisive when he ran William the Refrigerator Perry in the Super Bowl, even though he denied Walter Payton his TD. Joe Madden put Aroldis Chapman in back-to-back games in the World Series and almost blew the World Series, but they won, and he never once said he was sorry for it. You want a haircut, Matt Eberflus? I'll give you a haircut.
Oh God. I don't even want to know.
No, I have a suggestion as a haircut for him, okay? Would you stop? If I can get to the picture.
Bullshit.
I give you Michael Corleone. Look at that jet black hair. It looks like a new set of Michelins.
That is a man's man.
Yes. Dark black like your very soul, Combs. And I've stared into your soul.
I don't have a soul. I'm a redhead.
It's stared back. Anyway, Mike Corleone shot a cop and a rival mob boss point blank in a restaurant. When Mo Green tried to push him out of Las Vegas, he had him shot in the eye. And when his brother betrayed him, he kissed him on both cheeks and said he wouldn't take revenge, and then shot him in a fishing boat. That's decisiveness. Just make sure for once in the last 40 years of Bears football that it's the right decision. Or pick up a wick and start making candles. Portland is nice this time of year. That's Fitzgibberish. Combs. Thank you.
Small little golf clap. Small little golf clap.
That's all I get.
No, it was.
But we haven't talked about the coaching
That
staff
was actually
yet.
a good one. No, look, I'm still not a big Eberflus fan. I think the team is performing well. I think the team is super talented. I think when you look at when Eberflus started turning it around and when he started turning the fan base around on him and when he started turning people in the league around on him was when they got better last year halfway through the season defensively. But they got better defensively because they picked up a monster in Montez Sweat to play defensive end. So now this year you're looking at the offense. You've got better quarterback play this year. Still love Justin Fields, but you got better quarterback play. You've got much better wide receiver core. You got better running backs. You've got, you still got the same offensive line basically, but you've just got better weapons around everything. And the defense is still super, super talented. I think that if Eberflus disappeared, a la, Godfather-ish,
Yeah.
if Eberflus disappeared,
See,
I think that the Bears team would be in the
you
same
can kill people,
space.
but I can't.
I'm not killing people's moms and people's grandpas.
Wow.
I
Remains
mean,
to be seen. We'll
that's-
see. Yeah.
I mean, but
She has a
no,
grandmother.
vampires
Many children,
don't count.
Great grandmother.
Vampires don't count. You can kill vampires.
Happy 101, Virginia.
She's gonna outlive all of us.
Probably.
Unbelievable. But no, I'm starting to believe that the veteran leadership of this team supersedes the poorest coaching. Like when you saw in the first couple of weeks, and they didn't have a first 15 in the game plan, and the players are like, look,
We
we've
have
got to
a
change
first
this around.
15.
We've got to know what players are coming. We've got to know what the first 15. This is a general thing that happens in the NFL. And he's like, oh yeah, we can do that. And now all of a sudden, the players are coaching the team, right? And now they're going to get the credit. The coaching staff is going to get the credit for listening to the players, and I will give them credit for listening to the players. But you're also going to give them credit for, for the wins and the losses. When I really think that this could be coached by either you or me or a chimpanzee, and would still be what they are right now.
Yeah, that's why I said lack of not very good communication. Like Shane Waldron doesn't make anybody excited about football. John Fitzgibbon says, "Hi, Mag." Oh my God.
She said, "Why aren't you here, you son of a bitch?"
He's at work.
He's
right.
He's working.
I don't believe
I bet you if he
this.
sent you a picture of where he was at right now, his feet would be up on a desk somewhere over at the airport. Because he's not actually working. He's sitting down and he's watching TV while he's working.
Absolutely gonna tear you apart. He is going to kick your ass.
No, he's not.
I hope he does, actually.
All right.
While in
Maybe
the
that
Speedo.
could be the next
No,
real
I don't
death
hope he
punishment.
does
Loser has to
Be
fight
nice to
John.
him, John. But yeah, I mean, some of the coaching, I guess, has been pretty good. I guess a little bit better than last year, but
Yeah.
you had the same thing 3 years in a row, other than the 49er game in the first game of the season 2 years ago. This team has not been prepared to play. And it's just like, oh, well, we'll use the first 4 games of the season as our preseason.
Yeah.
Touchdown Jaguars, by the way. They take the lead against the Packers.
Hey, Jules, did you look at that TV real quick? Yeah. There you go. Who's winning that game now?
We're doing
Just
a
wondering.
podcast. This is like we're not sitting in your basement.
But normally there's nobody here, so I like talking to people.
We're gonna make it someday. We're gonna make it someday. No, I have to tell you, I don't think this broadcasting thing's gonna work out. Or this
For you.
podcasting thing. For that.
It's already worked out for me. I'm on a primetime national show, sir. By the way, might be able to get you to come with me soon.
All right.
So
Here we go.
I don't know when.
Do they allow swearing?
No.
Do they allow.
We have a dump button. You can only hit it twice in a 20-minute span, though.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've had to hit it a couple times. It's not good. Not for
Yeah.
me, but for the other host.
Yeah, if you have to
Yeah.
hit it more than twice, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
it gets
that's a
out there,
problem.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem because
I've
now all
seen
of a sudden you can't dump it, and now it's going out over there. So you're like,
I've seen
guys, hey, relax a little bit. I know you just lost probably $100,000 on your bets, but these guys gamble. Like, you think I'm bad? These guys on the Thursday night game, Brad Evans came into the show on BetMGM tonight, and he had 9 tickets on that game. And then they put another 7 while they were on the show.
Thursday night games are terrible. Everybody, half the team is hurt for half the teams, and the other half
Yeah.
of the team can't barely run.
Yeah.
John says, "How do you think the Bears are going to win 12 games?"
Tell us more about how the Bears are going to win 12 games. They're going to sweep the Vikings, and they're going to sweep the Packers.
What?
Yep.
I don't think that's going to happen, but they don't have to do that to win 11 games. They can
That's
go
true.
7-5 in their next 12
Yeah.
and be fine. Not next 12.
We'll see.
That's wrong.
We'll see.
7-4.
Shanna says the most coaches with wins in Chicago all have mustaches, not beards.
6-5. What?
She's got a point.
6-5. Sorry.
Dick Duran only had a mustache.
Yes, that. Dave Wannstedt sort of had a
He
mustache.
still only has a mustache.
It's kind of a meandering mustache.
I never realized how
Not
tall
a
Dave
real
Wannstedt
mustache.
was until he came into the studio. Dude, I was like, "Hey, coach." It was like he's like 6'7".
I never knew
ridiculously
he was that tall,
tall,
but I would
yeah.
think to be a coach
Yeah,
in
he's
the NFL,
insanely tall.
you have to have some height.
Yeah. Mike Ditka, just a mustache.
Yeah.
So maybe she's right.
Maybe Eberflus should just have a mustache.
Maybe Eberflus should hire somebody else who just has a mustache.
Maybe he should be a better. Maybe he should be a better coach of a football team.
That's fair.
I'm just
That's
saying.
fair.
I don't know if they should have lost that game to the Colts. I don't think they should have. I think they should be 5-1 right now.
Yeah.
And if it was a more well-oiled machine, if they innovated at all, which I don't think they do. I mean, a little bit of their defense, I guess, but it's basically the Lovie Smith defense again.
Yeah.
The cover 2 defense. I guess they do some interesting thing with blitzes, but sometimes it's just like, okay, blitz Kyler Gordon.
Yeah.
All right. Look at him. He's great. He's innovative.
Kyler
He
Gordon
did
is
put
a
together a
ball
good
hawk.
defense. I
Yeah.
see that. But in a league where defense doesn't matter anymore, like I've said before, the NFL is the NBA with traveling. So, like, it's not like anybody in the NBA is saying, oh, yeah, we got to have a great defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Bears and maybe the Steelers are the only 2 teams that really want to have a great defense. All the other teams in the league put everything into the offensive side of the ball. And the Bears just haven't done that. I guess, yes, they had draft picks. They got Caleb Williams. They got a Dunze. And then they get nobody for the offensive line. That's a problem for me. You got Nate Davis and his dead mom at your left guard. you got Tevin Jenkins who can't get out of a game without getting hurt.
John says he's the Cody Parkey of head coaches. He's the double doink of head coaches.
He's got to bring up Cody Parkey. I was at Blackthorn Pub with John when Cody Parkey did that double doink, and it cost me a couple grand.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now. And that was a very weak NFL that year.
Yeah.
That's when the Patriots, I think, beat the Rams in the Super Bowl like 14-10 or something like that.
That's when I
The
knew my
Bears
ex-wife
ran
was
the
going to
table.
become my ex-wife, because he made the first one and they called the timeout. And she says, oh, no, what happens if he misses the next one?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yeah, we're done.
That was it?
Yeah. That was.
I wonder if she's listening today.
She might be.
Oh,
If she is, she deserves it.
That was it.
That was the start of it. You know, it was.
That was the slide.
The other guys in town was the rest of it.
Wow. Wow.
Didn't expect me to go there, did you?
No, I didn't.
No,
I didn't, but I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
But at any rate, so guys, just so you guys know too, we do have a 50-50 raffle today as well. Kristen, the bartender, has the tickets. We're doing 3 tickets for $5, an arm's length for $10, or a wingspan for $20. So 50-50 raffle if anybody's interested as well. We're going to pick a winner at halftime of the Bears game, because that's the game that matters, Jules. That's why. Anyway, so we're going to do that. So if anybody wants it, Kristen has the tickets right now. We'll sell all the way through up until halftime, and then pick a winner. And then there will be like a let's make a deal type thing with some sports memorabilia that will be implemented into it. So feel free if you guys want to grab tickets. Just wanted to put that out there. So the Bears going into today's game, what is going to be the reason the Bears win this game?
Megan TV said defense.
She's right.
I don't know, man. I see more out of the offensive side of the ball. I need to see them run the ball again. Now, this would be what, the 3rd or 4th game in a row where they can run the ball again. Could you stop watching the TV? And
Jordan
we're
Love just
doing
got
a
hurt.
podcast.
Jordan Love just
We
got
have
hurt.
2 sponsors now.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
maybe you want
care
to give
about
a sports update about how the quarterback.
I don't care about the poor man's Kirk Cousins. I don't care. Yes. Maybe he doesn't listen to Creed, but he's questionable now. He's standing up. He's ready to get back in the game. Are we okay now?
Yeah.
I need to see a more consistent running game with the Bears. I need to see I need to see, Caleb Williams starting to do the things that he was able to do, starting to go through his progressions a little bit more, feel more comfortable in the backfield so the Bears don't ruin another quarterback.
Yeah.
I need to see Cole Kmet have another good game.
So
because they forgot about Cole Kmet in the first 3 games. Like, that's another thing. What the hell happened there? They barely threw the ball to Cole Kmet through the first 2 or 3 games. Like, what happened there? They're throwing it to Gerald Everett, who has not even been on the team. You got Cole Kmet that you're giving $10 million a year to. I know that's not a hell of a lot of money, but he's at least, a top 10 tight end? They didn't even throw the ball to him until the 3rd week, barely.
Yeah. So you want to see them do what they did versus Jacksonville and Carolina. You want to see them do it versus a good team.
Yeah,
what
I
you're
need to
saying.
see more out of the offense. I already know the defense is good. Even if the defense self-destructs in this game, I still know that they have the talent and they're good. I need to see a good offense once and a good offensive line.
We're not going to see a good offensive line
for
this year.
once.
Unless they make a bunch of trades at the deadline. You're not going to see that.
I mean, things started to come together.
But-
I mean, maybe they could be average to good.
Yeah. Are you at all concerned, or will you take anything away from the Bears if they perform well again offensively versus Washington, considering Washington's defense isn't very good? Washington's defense is not stellar. They are a bottom half defense.
Yeah, they are about 22nd.
Does that take
in the
anything
league?
away from you, or is it just, hey, if Caleb outperforms Jayden, this is a win for the Bears?
Yeah, I would think it. I mean, I would think it would have to be. I mean, I have to see what ranges on where on the spectrum is that. Is he way better than Jayden Daniels? Jayden Daniels. I think Jayden Daniels throwing a pick in this game. Wherever you got that on the parlay, I think he's throwing a pick in this game, especially if they're playing from behind and he has to press the ball. I think he's going to throw a pick this year. He's been throwing the ball downfield a lot. That's where the Bears have really been aggressive and really jumped on some routes and gotten some interceptions. I mean, Doubting Thomas says Caleb Williams is the key. I'm not giving him a pass, just like I never gave Fields a pass. It's on him.
But you did make a pass at Jeremiah Murray, and that's how you landed in his bathtub.
Wow. You can't stop.
It was his sister.
I mean, I agree. I guess I agree with him in a little way, but I need some help for Caleb Williams up there. I mean, I do need a better running game. I mean, he could have a couple of sacks. I just don't need him to be hurried 36 times if he drops back 42.
Well, see, the thing about this Bears running game is I think it's going to be predicated off of the passing game, right? Like if they can get the short passing game, the dump routes, the quick
you
routes.
want the short pass?
No. If they can get that is what has helped the running game over the last couple of weeks, is because they've been able to do the screens, they've been able to run the quick routes, and now all of a sudden you're seeing DeAndre Swift run for 80 yards a game, 90 yards a game, when you weren't seeing that before because the only time they were passing was downfield. Now I love taking opportunities downfield, but you're not going to do it 7 times a game. It needs to be a surprise factor, right? So you need more quick routes. And that is what it gets them out of the box, and that's what helps the run game.
Yeah, and the one place that I thought Caleb Williams that it was for sure that he'd be better in is his accuracy, and his down the field accuracy has been spotty.
Yes,
I mean it's gotten a lot better, but it's been spotty. You have that throw, that sail, that no, it didn't sail. He actually line drived it in there to TJ Moore. Oh my God.
It's one of two people. I think they're Doubting Thomas or Jeremiah Murray. Yes.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Shanna.
I wouldn't put it past Jason Haddon, to be honest with you.
No, it's the DJ Moore pass. And just so I say it, I think DJ Moore last year, 230 yards.
Yeah.
And are we done with the Hong Kong thing? Do you want to go back to the Hong Kong?
No, you're good.
I would think it's Doubting Thomas. He's a little quicker than Jeremiah when it comes to the monikers. Jeremiah says it's Doubting Thomas's international side piece. But
your sister is cheating on.
Anyway. Wow. Anyway. DJ Moore.
Off the rails.
Do we have this? Do we have Megan? No, that's not how to do it. And we're back. And we're back. And we're a little blurry, but we're back. We're blurry and we're back. But anyway, before I got interrupted, DJ Moore did have 200, and Fitz broke the show. What the hell, Jeremiah? Me and Jeremiah were starting to get a rapport. We were starting to actually agree on stuff. I say one thing about how he fell in love with the floose beard,
Yeah,
and now we're off track again.
unbelievable.
But anyway, DJ Moore, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns last year?
Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
He didn't have 4 touchdowns last year, did he?
Oh no,
No.
DJ Moore, yes, 3
Yes,
touchdowns, 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, 230 yards last
Just
year.
Fields who had 4
And
against
now-
Washington.
Against Washington. Not all year. Against Washington last year. Sorry. I got cut off and then I got back. And then he was asked about it. And I'm just saying, DJ Moore still looks like Fruity from the Facts of Life. I'm just saying. Look, this is him getting asked the question. Look at the face he gives. You had some of your best moments against Washington, and then he gives the guy a look. Fruity. DJ Moore. Fruity. Now that's analysis. See, I told you I was ready today.
All right, so you've killed
Shanna, look, Trudy, you mean?
you've killed the player's mom again.
Shanna
You talked about your grandfather being almost dead for
Shanna
for a
never
decade.
agrees with me either.
and now you've disgraced DJ Moore today. Anybody else you want to go?
How did
at
I
before we-
disgrace some Facts of Life? Was a staple. It's a part of the American zeitgeist.
the what?
It's a piece of Americana. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the Facts of Life. The facts. I'm just saying. And
You can't sing either.
maybe I had a little thing for Trudy.
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And don't forget the ugly girlfriend. Yeah. I forgot about that. Thanks, Michelle.
Oh wow.
You also called somebody ugly.
You're
On a roll today.
I think DJ Moore could have a big game today too.
Yeah.
I need him to have a big game and be in the office a little bit more. Look, Keenan Allen was in the offense 2 weeks ago in London.
Yeah.
Maybe he can bring that back across the pond.
Right.
But I think Doubting Thomas has. I think this is going to be a closer game, and I think Caleb Williams has to be the difference. He does have, Doubting Thomas has Caleb
Didn't he
Williams
pick
on a
Caleb in
fantasy.
like the first round?
He had Caleb. Wait, he had Caleb. He went against me last week, or no, 2 weeks ago. He went against me, and he didn't play Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams.
I'm
has
so
4
done with
touchdown
this
passes.
league. I've got like 1 win in this. My money.
Am I
leagues,
doing the show by myself?
I'm insane, and my teams are so good.
No one can
The
hear
free
them.
league, I
You
have
can hear
nothing.
them. Oh,
Unreal.
I feel like I'm doing the show by myself.
Kind of are.
Unbelievable.
What?
But anyway. Yes, that's what I need. What do you need? The key to the game. It looks like you were shaking your head and saying the defense.
The defense. The defense is the key to the game because the defense has to be able to contain Jayden Daniels in that run game. If they can do that, they continue to set up the offense and put the offense in good field position. They continue to put the offense in a position to succeed. And everything that the Bears do right now hinges off of that defense. And to me, honestly, the Bears defense is a top 3 defense in football. I've said it a bunch of times. I really believe that this defense is elite, and they set up the success of the offense for sure. So for me, contain the run, contain Jayden Daniels. Let's like Jeremiah Murray said earlier. Let's see how his ribs feel. Hit him a couple times. If you have to take a penalty to do it, go do it. Let's go to the old Saints route. let's hit a man late. Let's get a bonus if you hit a guy late. It's just I'm fine with that line of thinking. The Bears have to contain the run, hit Jayden Daniels, see what he can do, and that will set up the offense in good position.
Yeah, I just don't put a lot in. I wish the defense could be more. I even go back to for me, this is the NFL, the microcosm of the NFL for me is Patrick Mahomes is running down the sidelines, and all of a sudden a middle linebacker, I forgot the guy's name, is coming towards Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes looks like he's going to go out of bounds, and the linebacker just lets him keep running because he couldn't hit Patrick Mahomes.
Your sister stole my mother-in-law's drink.
Are we doing a sports show, or are you
I was
doing?
just pointing out
are
something
you
that
doing
happened in
the
the crowd.
show?
Your sister stole my
Are you
mother-in-law's
doing
drink.
the show? Are you and? Do
Last
you want to go out there and drink? Go out there and drink. I'll finish the show.
no,
On Pro Football Reference, the Bears are number 2 in defense, by the way. At
The-
least
the
in Pro
Bears
Football
are-
Reference. The Chargers have
Yeah.
the best defense in the league, which I wouldn't even have guessed. And Bears actually have less yards given up than the Chargers. And they both only played 6 games, but
yeah.
but right now, I mean, like I was saying, the Patrick Mahomes run where he runs for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's last week or week before. He goes to go out of bounds, and and the middle linebacker should absolutely rip his head off. And if
Right.
it was 20 years ago, he would have. But if not, he doesn't do anything. He's indecisive because if he hits him and he goes out of bounds, there's a flag. If not, and Patrick Mahomes just runs by him, runs for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I can't put too much into a defense anymore, because they can't hit anybody. They can't tackle a guy from behind at all anymore.
You know,
The
there's only
hip drop tackle, like what?
one team
What
in
are
the
you
NFL that
talking about?
hasn't thrown a touchdown pass this month. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Does that surprise you?
That does surprise
That
me.
surprises
Well,
the
I
hell out
know
of me.
he's ranked what as a
14th.
he's ranked 14th as a fantasy quarterback, which
Yeah.
is like that. No one's going to take you then,
Right.
probably in the first round.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, is Matt Nagy still calling plays and doing the offense?
I don't know.
Over
Yeah, I
there?
think Matt
Is he still
Nagy is,
drawing
and I also
stuff
think
up and
that
making up lies.
and now
with
Luke
his bald
Getsy is
head.
in bad ways with Vegas. There's talks that they already want him out of Vegas.
That's a shocker that Luke Getsy is a bad
Yeah.
offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I wonder if Shane Waldron's going to go to Las Vegas next year. I'm just saying. Anyway,
The new slogan for a distracted Combs, Windy City Sports Talk. Hey, look, a squirrel.
yeah. Squirrel. You're like one of the
Do you-
dogs from the movie Up.
Do you wanna do the new sponsor thing?
Let's do the new sponsor
Let's
thing.
do the new sponsor thing. All right, I'm gonna set it up. You talk.
I can't. Oh, I didn't even know. I thought you turned my mic off. I can talk for a minute. Jesus Christ. Yes. We're doing the new sponsor thing. I think another thing about the Bears game today, other than Jaquan Brisker being out, is how are they going to get pressure on Jayden Daniels? I mean, I don't even know the pressure for the Bears this year. I mean, Montez Sweat hasn't been as good as last year when it comes to pressure. He really hasn't been as good as this year. He's getting double teamed a lot because, you got guys on the other end. I mean, Darrell Taylor has been good, but there really isn't a guy on the other end. And I don't think Max Crosby is coming to the Bears. And I'm not giving away 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby.
If Max Crosby comes to the Bears, that Speedo is going to be really, really tight. Look, I might be Irish, but the Speedo will get tight.
Let me change the camera here.
All right.
All right, you're
So,
on camera. So am
for
I.
all you guys that don't know, we have a new sponsor.
It isn't good for the live
There we
camera.
go.
People want to see me.
Hey.
The people want to see me.
So we also have the Wheel of Death, and I don't even want to know
Don't do
what
it.
is in your
Don't do it.
brain because
He is a
Look,
Michigan fan.
there is one thing about Rich is that he thinks a lot like me. So I know it's going to be twisted. So what's our punishment? The first of all, the punishments from last year, the one that they're talking about I didn't do was call Hallis Hall. Hallis Hall does not have a phone number to call. So that's been the problem. Yes. Well, that could be the problem. So I was supposed to call Hallis Hall
We could've
and
called
supposed
Hallis
to
Hall.
buy
You could have
something
knocked
for
on the
$1.
door.
These guys really want to see me in a Speedo. Like I don't know if
You
guys
could have
have
knocked on the
seen
damn
my
door.
body, but it's not going to look great in a Speedo.
Whoever loses is going to do the grocery shopping at the local Jewel in the white dress.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know what Jewel is.
So
You're going to the Jewels.
so Jewel,
Did you hear that, Jeremiah?
we have to do the shopping
I'll look
in
good.
a dress at Jewel. Son of a bitch.
I'll look damn good in a dress. I'm just saying. A little slit up the leg, up the thigh. Yes, 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 yes. Thanks for listening and watching and sharing. All right. I'll wear a dress. And it won't even be the first time.
All right.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm back.
Man, you're sweating.
I'm fat.
Don't say that.
What? I can call myself
Don't
fat.
say that.
Son of a bitch. All right. So
See, now I'm being I'm embracing you. I'm not just trying to choke you like most of the time.
I hope that Nicole only has tight dresses because you lose a lot.
I'm gonna look damn good.
All right. So let's get.
Oh, back from Hong Kong.
Oh, God.
Doubting Thomas, why you no call after last time? Special time, Combs.
I can't with this guy. What is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with your husband?
Michelle likes the bet.
Is this why you leave him at home? This is why you leave him at home.
Michelle likes the bet.
All right, let's go.
She loves.
All our lives hang by a thread. Now we've got a man waiting for sentence. But ain't it the truth? You take your chances with the law. Justice is only a roll of the dice, a flip of the coin, a turn of the wheel.
This is the Wheel of Death.
Here we go.
All right, it is time for the Wheel of Death picks. So this week, obviously, the noon games have already happened. So we're just gonna go by the
Packers
the 3
are
o'clock
gonna
games.
win. I got the Packers.
We got the Packers. The 3 o'clock games. We're gonna do the Monday night game, and we're gonna do next Thursday's game. Even though there's not a spread on it yet, we're just gonna pick that one straight up for a tiebreaker. So let's go with the 3 o'clock games to start. We'll always finish with
Let's
the Bears,
go.
of course.
Let's
So-
go. Wearing a dress in the Jewels. Wearing a dress in the Jewels.
I hope the dress is very tight for you.
People seeing your jewels.
Yeah. All right. So
Not you, Jules. Sorry.
Saints at Chargers in Los Angeles. Chargers are a 7-point home favorite.
I don't even know what game we're talking about.
Saints and
Chargers.
Saints and
Okay.
Chargers.
Saints Chargers.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I was disoriented. I stood up too fast. Anyway,
Oh God.
even 7. I'm sticking with Harbaugh.
Okay.
Harbaugh. He's my man. And I just said the Chargers have one of the best defenses in the league. Let's go Chargers. Cars come down to earth if he's still healthy.
I am also going with the Chargers. I just don't look the Saints offense. I mean, with Ritter at quarterback. There's no way.
I want to tell a story.
There's
I want
no
to
way.
set the stage. When
Oh,
we went
God.
to when we went to
Here
our
we go.
when we went to our lunch together, the lunch you forgot about.
Yep.
When we went to that great lunch together,
That was not a day of drinking.
and
by
that
the
was
way.
a day of drinking.
No,
It
no.
was.
One drink is not a day of drinking.
You might
At
add
lunch,
two.
That's
You
not.
might add
Yeah,
two.
yeah,
The sandwich counts as a drink
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
because I mean it's gonna kill you more than the drink probably.
Well, then boxers count as a speedo.
Anyway, yeah, the Saints played great.
Okay.
But yeah, now they've fallen to earth. Like it's crazy.
All right. Yeah.
But-
The Saints are really, really bad. They've lost 5 in a row after starting out 2-0 with one of the best offenses that were out of this world. That we were like, what the hell is going on? And they've 0-5 since. So yeah, I'm with the Chargers on that one as well. Seahawks, Bills. Bills are a 3-point road favorite in Seattle. A tough place to play.
6.5, did you say?
3-point favorite.
I don't know. I just don't like the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But I went with the Bills last week. I'm going Bills. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'm actually on the Bills too. Bills -3. See, I think you cheat because I make these picks on Friday night on BetMGM tonight. I think you watch that show and you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna follow him with all of his picks. So Panthers, Broncos.
Like a dog against the glass waiting to be adopted.
Broncos are a 13.5
Fogging
point home
out that
favorite
glass.
against the
What?
Panthers. Broncos, Panthers, 13.5 points for.
Jesus.
It's a lot
I
of
don't know
points.
if Bo Nix is gonna. You took the Panthers. Was that last week you took the Panthers or 2 weeks ago?
Last weekend I was very wrong.
I'm just keeping with the Broncos.
I'm gonna take the Panthers plus the 13.5.
Here we
on
go.
this
You're
one.
taking the Panthers again.
Yeah. I think 2 touchdowns. I don't think Bo Nix can score 2 touchdowns, let alone win by 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to go with the Panthers. Raiders and Chiefs. This is an interesting one. Chiefs are an 8.5 point road favorite in Vegas.
Yeah, but Luke Getsy is the offensive coordinator of the
true.
Raiders.
Yeah.
A lot of wide gaps in some of these games, man. A lot of big swings. I'm going to stay with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Every call goes their way.
I'm going with the Raiders. I think that 7.5 or 8.5 points plus the Raiders always play the Chiefs tough. Always play the Chiefs tough. So, with the Chiefs being 6-0, the offense hasn't been very potent. I hate putting my money against Mahomes, but
I'll take the
I'm going-
Raiders too.
I'm going
No,
with the
I won't.
Raiders.
I'm taking the Chiefs. You're insane. Okay, Luke
Cowboys,
Getsy.
49ers, 5.5 point favorites at home against the Cowboys.
I mean, why wouldn't I go with the Niners here? The Cowboys are terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Why
on
are
the
they
Niners.
only a 5.5
I'm on the
point
Niners minus
favorite? I don't
5.5
get it.
points.
Why are
Well,
they?
they're hurt. I mean, Ayuk just went down. Deebo Samuel is injured. He's going to play, but he's been injured. He's been dealing with injuries.
He's always injured.
Yeah.
Because they use him like a running back. If they actually
Right.
use him as a running back sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Niners.
Yeah, I'm on the Niners as well. Monday Night Football, Giants and Steelers. Who you got?
Giants Steelers.
Steelers are a 5.5 point home favorite against the Giants.
Why are they only 5.5 points too? I mean, Russell looks good. Russ looked good last week. I mean, after
No, he
the
didn't.
first,
Stop it.
after the first
He did
couple
not
quarters,
Look
yeah,
good. No, he did not.
he did look good. He had a
No,
couple of good throws.
They
made some acrobatic catches.
By
There were
some
some
really
acrobatic.
good catches.
He made some good throws.
No, he didn't. Stop it.
I don't think you're losing a lot there.
Yeah,
Just
well,
keeping
you're on the
Justin Fields and-
Steelers. I'm on the
Steelers.
Giants. I'm taking the Giants plus 5.5.
Jesus,
I think the Giants can keep this one close. I'm
Thank
not
you.
a believer in Russ.
Thank you.
And then next Thursday's game is. Hold on, I gotta get to it before we pick the Bears and Commanders. Next Thursday's game.
I'm a believer in Tomlin.
Thursday's game's a good one. Texans and Jets. No spread, straight up.
You're going through this really. It's straight up. Oh, because they're in New York.
No, it's straight up because there's no spread on it. It's next Thursday's game.
Okay, so we're just taking them straight up.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Texans. I mean, I'd be an idiot not to.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't care
taking the
about
Texans too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And then we got Bears Commanders today. Washington is actually a 1.5 point favorite in Washington. There's no way you're taking the Commanders, right?
No, I'm
Punch it
taking
right
the
in the
Bears.
gut.
Go Bears. No, I'm also
It
not
is.
going to high five a
Yeah.
Packer fan when
It
the
is-
Packers score a touchdown.
It is the
either.
Bears.
I'm
It
not
is the
going to
Bears.
do that.
There's no high fives given on this side of the
I
table.
was
Jules.
happy that they were
No.
coming back against
No.
the Vikings a couple of weeks ago. That's all you're getting, Julianne. I was nice the other week when they were coming back against the Vikings when you and your mom were jumping around.
That's when
Like,
it
this was
is
some kind
okay.
of
It is
jungle
okay.
gym in here.
Maybe in a divisional game to cheer for both teams to just beat the hell out of each other, but it's still never okay to high five a Packer fan for a Packer score.
No.
It's just not.
I'm not going to get that. I'm going to be like, it's okay, but
Yeah.
they got a lot of mean looks, though,
Yeah.
too, a couple of weeks ago. I think that was just a ploy. I'm not sure if that was true love. No, we
right.
can't stay mad at you.
So Bears, we're both on the Bears. Do you see any letdown coming for this team?
Yeah, I mean, the Commanders are a pretty good team. And why didn't you get Cliff Kingsbury to be your offensive coordinator? Instead, they go with Shane Waldron, who's been okay. He might be an average to okay offensive coordinator. Cliff Kingsbury looks like the real deal with the Commanders. I mean, that offense, granted, they had Sam Howell last year that somehow you kind of liked, but that offense last year was terrible with the Commanders. And now, one of the best offenses in the league. You have to give Kingsbury something there. And yeah, there could be a letdown here. I mean, like I said, this defense could let you down, and I wouldn't even be surprised because this is the NFL. Like I said, the NFL is basketball with traveling. So there could be a letdown here.
Yeah.
I mean, almost every new rule is against the defense, including you can't do a hip drop tackle.
Yeah.
Which TJ Edwards of the Bears just got fined for. And he said, well, I understand it, but I don't know why I'm getting fined for something that was a tackle last year. You can't tackle somebody from behind. I don't know what you're supposed to do as a defender anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would become a defender other than if you're a safety, because you can't really become a running back and just with body type. But I don't know why you would be an offensive player in this league.
It's crazy. So let's get people. We got a little bit of time. Let's give people some scores right now. The Eagles are up 34-17 on the Bengals. That's kind of surprising. The Bengals might not make the playoffs.
I feel like you didn't just listen to one thing I said.
I tried not to. You were talking about the Commanders' offense being better. You were talking like I listened to you, but they're better than they were last year. I don't see it. I don't think the Commanders
aren't you pissed off that the Bears went with this offensive coordinator instead of maybe somebody else? Or like, I don't care what I know exactly what you're going to say to this, but why didn't they just get Jim Harbaugh?
Because they were never going to get Jim Harbaugh because we
got the Michigan fan back there.
They were never getting Ryan Poles was never hiring a guy who wants his job. They just weren't. They're not going to get a head coach who wants to be a GM as well.
They could have met halfway.
I would have been happy with Harbaugh. I would have loved to have Harbaugh as the head coach, but I knew from the start it was never going to happen. I didn't expect them to retain Eberflus. But
no, I did.
I would like to see them go get a Sean McVay type. They need a Sean McVay type guy if you want to have a relevant offense.
I mean, Slowicki with the Texans or Ben Johnson with
Ben
Detroit.
Johnson's name is out there a lot.
I mean, well, he made Jared Goff look great.
That's true.
I mean, he got every bit of talent out of Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Now, I think Jared Goff is okay. He's a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they might win the Super Bowl this year. I mean, if Dan Campbell it's like everybody's got to hold Dan Campbell back. They have to have an intervention with him.
Get in the end zone, you son of a bitch. No, you got that.
This is
anyway. But
all right, done.
We've got. Look, they could have hired anybody.
Pizza is gone.
The pizza hasn't even gotten here yet. That's the stuff your dad ordered.
Okay.
We're still.
I'm happy again.
We got. I have buffalo chicken dip that I brought in the back. So you're good, man. You're good. Anyway.
Jeremiah says Kingsbury offenses are always good early, then turn to shit. The Chip Kelly thing? Is Kingsbury going to be like Chip Kelly?
Or
I don't know, man.
Brian Kelly?
You're
I'd
still
hate to
pissed
have
at
that guy on my
Brian
head. I
Kelly
can't stand
just
Brian
because he
Kelly.
went to LSU?
No,
How's
no,
that
because of
working out
him
for
and
him?
his family. That's so I like the
Ah,
fucking Brian Kelly clown. Anyway, so
Wow.
Ravens are trailing the Browns in the fourth quarter, 23-17.
Holy cow!
Yeah, with 4 minutes to go.
Did Sean Watson get a rub and tug before the game?
Yeah, Lions are destroying the
Which team
Titans
is it?
52-14. 52-14. 2-minute warning.
Wow.
Cardinals have come back on the
Mason
Dolphins.
Rudolph. I
It's
guess Mason Rudolph
27-25.
didn't work out there.
Yeah.
Is Tua still alive?
I don't know. I haven't seen much of the game. I do know that I've seen some bits and pieces. I don't know if Tua's still alive.
Didn't you have the Cardinals in your parlay?
+4.
Are you silently rooting?
I've
for
got the
Tua
Cardinals
to lose his
+4.
brain?
So right now I'm good as long as the Dolphins don't put any points on the board. So that's what I have there. Jets, Patriots. Patriots are only down by 5 with 2:23 to go in the fourth, and they have the ball. So that's a surprising one. Falcons beating the Buccaneers right now in Tampa, 31-26. And the team from the north leading the Jaguars 27-20. And the Texans with a 3-point lead on the Colts.
Here come the Jaguars. If Trevor Lawrence wasn't so terrible.
No.
I mean, why did anybody think Trevor Lawrence was good in the first place?
Well, it says 27-20,
I mean,
so
I
the
know
TV might be behind a little bit.
I mean, we talked a lot about this last week about him being good at Clemson, which was
Yeah.
a team that did a
See, they're
wide
kicking the
open
field goal
offense.
now. She said it was only 27-17. It's
Yeah.
27-20. TV's behind.
We could see into the future.
Yeah. Hey, Jules, I bet you he makes this.
future. How much would you?
There's
There's
my
your
parlay.
parlay.
No, I picked the Packers to win anyway.
Oh, here
On my parlay.
go.
It was
Did
the
you not
Cardinals I
say
had
that
+4.
out loud on
Yeah.
a Windy City Sports Talk
I did.
podcast.
Look, if I'm going to be pissed about the Packers winning, I should win some money off of it.
Oh my
Right?
God.
Not high-fiving their fans.
It's making my stomach hurt.
No,
And my
Nope.
brain hurt.
I didn't even bring it. I put that thing in the trash.
What is going on with Doubting Thomas this year? Why is he so positive? Is he on Joe Biden's drugs?
Well,
I mean, how did Joe Biden do the State of the Union?
Megan
How
TV,
is Doubting
Megan
Thomas
TV is out of
positive?
town, and he's getting fluffies from Jeremiah. That's why he's in a good mood.
I don't know what
Well,
she
you're
just said.
here,
I
so
don't
he's not
want to
with
know
you.
what I don't know what she just said, and I don't want to know what she just said.
She
'Cause
said,
I didn't even
she
hear
said,
it.
she said,
And
you don't
I
like
didn't
Doubting
even
Thomas
hear it.
because he bangs your sister.
I didn't even hear it, and I have puke in the back of my throat. Like, it's not just acid reflux.
She said he's
Fuck.
like this.
Oh my
You
God.
see that? That's crazy.
I don't want to. I think Megan went fishing yesterday. Shanna said, "Did Doubting Thomas snort his meds again, like bath salts?"
Maybe.
The man is
It's a
on bath salts.
possibility.
I think he's chewed somebody's face off before. I could see him chewing somebody's face off.
Did he take bath salts?
Well, I don't
Did he
think
take
Megan
bath
TV
salts with
I
Jeremiah?
don't think Megan TV likes Shanna. Right.
That's why would you not like Shanna?
She seems okay, unless you're a guy in a bar trying to
She
hit on
only
her.
gets chased down by guys from the UK on a chat all the
Yes.
time.
Victor Kane. I still remember his
he's
name.
still, he's kind of a derpy.
Yeah, we did. We had a guy on.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
yeah, bath salts at a donkey show.
Child's Play is back. Chucky is back. Doubting Thomas.
Doubting Thomas.
Shanna, don't be mad. I'll call you this week. Here we go. Maybe.
Here we
maybe-
go. Here we go. We got donkey show conversations going on in the
Oh, I
crowd now.
thought you were
What
going to
is going
show
on?
something. I thought you were going to show it down. I thought you were going to
I
show
just
donkey
break
show.
out the Speedo. Is that what you thought?
I'm just saying.
All right. So we
My
did our
reaction.
picks. We did all that. We know what's going on with the Bears. Do we want to talk about the World Series a little bit? Games have been good. Got a couple of minutes.
The baseball games have been great. The
Yeah.
actual games have been great in the entire playoffs. The marketing of the games hasn't been great,
Has
but
been terrible.
and
Yeah.
you have two teams. You have two of the most expensive teams in the league playing in the World Series.
Yeah.
I still have a problem with that.
Shohei Ohtani getting
I
hurt
mean-
last night is kind of scary. Hopefully
Yeah.
he can be healthy.
You
going
want him to
forward. But
play
Yeah, you want him to play
in this
As a
series,
baseball
yeah.
fan, you want him to
And-
see him do good.
I mean, the Dodgers are up 2-0 now, though, so
Yeah.
it might not really matter. Doesn't look like the Yankees have the pitching. Carlos Rodon just had an okay year. They have him pitching the second game of the World Series. I don't know if that was the best. He gives up 3-4 runs, and the game's basically over from there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been an interesting playoffs. I still don't think you can have those 3-game series at the beginning of the year. You can't have games on a weekday in the middle of the day anymore.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. Look at what the NBA does.
And the best part, like that Freddie Freeman walk off the other night, like the celebration afterwards, where his dad is front row and he's like screaming
Great
in his
story.
dad's face. Like, I mean, it's just a fantastic story. Even though I hated it because I had the under 8.5, and that made it 6-3, and that was 9 runs. He couldn't have just hit a single or something, you son of a bitch. But no, he had to hit the ball over the wall, far over the wall, because that was a bomb. And
It was.
It's just a good
It
feeling
was
story.
long
I love
gone,
Fred,
and he put the bat in the air. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Other
the
than a
Freddie
back
Freeman
flip.
story in itself. I mean, his mom died when he was very young from melanoma. And
No, I
so
was just
that's why
reading
he
the story
wears
today.
long sleeves. In every game, doesn't matter how hot the game is, he's always got long sleeves on. Because of that, in honor of his mom. And so it really Freddie Freeman is just a dude in
Yeah.
general.
Cool player, great
yeah.
player, left-handed hitter. But he obviously
Market that baseball.
He was
Market that.
he was on the Braves. Giancarlo Stanton, who's had a big playoffs. He was on
The Marlins.
the Marlins for 8 years.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani was on the Angels are freaking
Yeah.
with Mike
Mike Trout,
team
and they never made the
organization, and they
playoffs.
never made the playoffs. But it just seems like the Yankees, and then last year the two teams you had the Rangers and you had Philadelphia. Those are two of the top teams when it comes to salaries in the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to think a little bit. If I'm a Cubs fan, I think, when is it going to be my time?
Yeah.
When are the Ricketts going to loosen the purse strings?
I think this
I'm just
offseason,
saying.
I really do. I think they either get
Oh,
Vladdy or I think
really?
they get Juan Soto. I think they're in the market for either one of them.
Juan Soto ain't going nowhere. I don't.
I
don't
can they
think he's
afford
going
him?
nowhere.
I mean,
don't think
that
he's going
not only with that contract, you tie that to Judge's contract and the contract you gave Garrett Cole. I mean, it's one thing to be over the luxury tax and be able to spend money. But
Well, they're going to be way over
when
no
you're
matter
like
what.
when you're like 200 million over the luxury tax. That's
where the
that's a different
Dodgers are.
thing, man.
People will
I mean,
come, Ray.
Do you get
Are
the
people coming?
do you get
Ray?
the Shohei Ohtani contract with Juan Soto, where you pay him $2 million a year for the next 10 years, and then you pay him $70 a year after he retires?
I mean,
That's going to be the question. But did Shohei Ohtani change the market for free agents with that contract too? Because now it could be a totally different line of thinking. When we call it every year on July 1st, it's always called the oh god, now I'm going to forget his name. The player who got all
Player
that
to
money
be
from the
named later?
Mets. Why can't I think of his name?
Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby Bonilla Day. So Bobby Bonilla Day every year.
Where
Now
guys get paid
that
in
could be the standard contract where every year
perpetuity.
we make fun of the Mets for doing it. That could be the standard contract.
That's scary to see. I mean, that contracts are still going this high in baseball. Is
Yeah.
pretty crazy. And we were just talking last week about regional sports networks. Like a lot of the money isn't going to be flowing into some of these smaller teams anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cubs are good, but the Sox are having all kinds of trouble with their sports network. And I don't know. I think there's going to be a bigger gap between these Dodgers teams, between these Rangers teams, between the Cubs, if the Cubs ever decide to pay any money for a top line player who could slug, or maybe a closer.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what they need. They need maybe one, maybe two really heavy bats in the offseason to be even contending with some of these teams, with the Dodgers, which I remember earlier, even in the offseason, you were wishing for them not to even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the World Series, and so are the Yankees. And what's going to be next year? The Phillies going to be in against, maybe the Rangers again, or is it going to? I mean, what team? I mean, it's just to the highest bidder now goes the World Series.
Yeah.
A lot of these smaller teams aren't making it anymore.
I mean, you had the Diamondbacks last year. Diamondbacks were in there last year. They're more of a small market team. They don't
Yeah.
spend a ton of money. The Rays are perennially good. They don't spend a ton of money. But that's
forgot
not
about
the
the
you're
Diamondbacks.
you're not in a small market city though. You need to spend like you're a big market team. And that's been the problem with the Cubs, and that's been the problem with the Ricketts.
There I fast forward to 2099. Jerry is starting to move to Mars. And that's Fitzgibberish.
All right, so it's time for us to get out of here. It's been a good show. We've had a fantastic show. It's time to go
Had a
watch
good time.
some Bears football here with the people that have come out to watch us. You see your family has come out. At least you have family that comes and supports you.
Yeah, I know. I do.
I
dad
invite
even
my mom
came
and dad
out.
every weekend. They don't.
My
know
niece,
what's
my beautiful niece Isabel is here.
going on. there
There
you
on the
go.
stage. Say hi,
See?
Dad. Hi, Dad. Put some pants on.
Which one's your dad?
Doubting
Which one?
Thomas.
Oh, Downey Thomas is your dad? Oh.
Put some pants on. Tom.
That makes sense. That makes
Make
sense.
$1, sir.
It's fair. Yes.
Please.
Aaron Rodgers always loses. Aaron Rodgers is not good.
I don't know. I mean, he takes a lot of ayahuasca. That
He
seems like a
he
winner
is
to me.
already 3 interceptions off of his career high. Yeah. He's already his career high is 11 interceptions. He's already got 8. Yeah, that's bad. And I don't know if he threw any today.
He might be
but-
done. The
Yeah, that's
ayahuasca isn't working.
All right,
The peptides have not taken.
let's get out of here. We will be back here at McNally's next week, noon kickoff for the Bears. We will be here next week, and we will be live, same bat time, same bat channel. Till next time, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. 7:30 in the morning. Oh, yeah. No, we'll be here at 11. We'll be here at 11. So we will see you guys next week. Again. Oh, no, you messed it up already. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies.